Hey guys, it's Barry's Aquarium, and for today's video I thought that I'd just give you a tour of the largest tank that I have, which is 36 gallons. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so here is the tank. Once again, it's a 36-gallon bow front, which just means that the front of the glass is kind of curved like this, which I think is really awesome. It makes it stand out from just a normal fish tank. But it's looking really nice. This is actually the very first tank that I got that I used live plants in, and I killed almost all the plants that I first got in it. But as you can see right now, I figured out how to grow aquatic plants and it's looking really nice. So the filtration that I'm running on this tank is a Aquarium hang-on back filter. I currently don't have anything in it. It's just empty right now. There's no biological media in it or anything like that. I run the tank at around 74 to 76 degrees. It's at 75 right now, as you can see. And I use I believe it's a 200-watt heater in the back. It's an Aquarium brand. But besides the hang-on back filter right there, I run this pretty big sponge filter, which gets the job done. Creates a lot of flow at the top for the fish to swim in. It's kind of big and bulky in my opinion, but I mean, it keeps the water nice and clean, so I'm happy with that. So for the substrate, I have 2 layers of substrate. The first layer is Complete. You can't really see because it's so dirty. But then I have this black cap layer to cap off the Complete because I like the black color a lot more. It does a really nice job at growing plants. I don't really gravel vacuum this substrate too much because I want to keep all the fish poop and excess waste here in the bottom for all of the plants. And speaking of the plants are doing really well in this aquarium. I have a large variety of them. Probably the main one is this hornwort right in the center of the screen. It's a floating plant, which means that it doesn't grow roots. It just kind of floats in the water column and absorbs nutrients through it. It's a super easy plant to grow and it grows super fast. And another one of those super fast growing plants is Elodius, this plant right here. It also is a floating plant, but this one can grow roots into the substrate, which it's doing right here, but it can just float perfectly fine in the water column and absorb nutrients that way. Another plant that I have in this aquarium is Java Fern right here. I just have it wedged between these rocks right here and it grows pretty well. So getting a little bare right here. I'm not too sure why. But other than that, it's looking really nice, and it's another one of those really easy plants to grow. The next plant that I have in here is Ponchaton. I'm not sure what type it is, but I just got it at PetSmart in a little cup, and it had 3. And it's actually propagated a few times and sent up a little flower, which then made a few more new plants. So these plants are pretty interesting because they'll either grow underwater, like these shorter leaves, or they'll shoot up some stems all the way up to the top of the aquarium, and they kind of float around like little lily pads, which is really awesome. Some other plants that I have in here are this random stem of Ludwigia. Then I have a few more stems of it down here that aren't doing too well. I also have some Bacopa, which I thought was gonna be a super easy plant to grow, but it hasn't really grown for me. It's just grown some green spot algae on the leaves. It's only grown like maybe a centimeter, and I've had it in here for at least a few months. And the final plant that I have in here is Jungle Val, which is going crazy. As you can see right here, it sends out little runners, this little stem right here, and that single leaf is a new plant. And it just sent out a long chain of them. I started only with 1 plant, and now I have a whole bunch. I forgot to mention what lighting that I use for the fish tank. I use Phoenix 24/7 CC light. It's really good at growing plants. It really brightens up the tank and adds a lot of color to it because of the green and red LEDs. I also have 2 kind of backlights that I got at Walmart. I'm not sure what brand they are, but the suction cup to the lid, there's one there and one there. They don't really brighten up the tank too much, but it puts some light in the back so that the back of the tank isn't too dark, which I like. So this tank has come a long way since the first time that I set it up. When I first got it, I just had some giant Danios in it, which is this fish right there. But now I only have one of them because one time I was doing a water change on the tank and I forgot to put the dechlorinator in the fish tank. So all of the fish died except for this one, and he is probably my oldest fish that I have right now. He's like 4 years old, I'm pretty sure. I have another type of Danio in the tank, which is this long-finned leopard Danio. Then I have one Siamese algae eater right there. Then I have some autosinkless catfish. They just help with cleaning up the algae, cleaning up the tank, and they look pretty cool. They're really tiny fish and they're wild caught from South America. They're a schooling fish, so I have around 3 of them in here. And the last fish that I have in here are these turquoise rainbow fish. These fish are super cool, they're super colorful. They look amazing. They get quite a bit bigger than this, but since I only have 2, I think they'll be fine in this tank. This one is my favorite because he has that yellow eye and he just looks amazing. So I lied, the turquoise rainbow fish weren't the last fish in here. I have one long-finned high skirt tetra, I think they're called. I used to have 3, but over the years they've all kind of passed away. But other than that, that's all the livestock in the tank besides a few snails. That pretty much sums up the tank. It's probably been set up for around 2 or 3 years now, and it's just kind of been my pride and joy in my room. It's my biggest tank and it just looks really nice. That's probably gonna be it for the video, so I'll leave you guys with a quick cinematic of the tank, some close-ups of the fish. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.